Hi Capricorn, I hope you guys are doing great today. Let's get right into your mid-June messages. So I'm going to be doing a Celtic cross spread for an energy that you're dealing with, a partner. You may be with them, you may not be with them, but they're definitely in your energy field. This is not for singles, this one, okay? And then I'm going to sweep that and then do the same for you. So we're going to start with Astro Dice and an Astro card for advice. And then at the end, we're going to pull some oracles. Hope you guys are doing great today. Remember, these are general messages. Absolutely check your rising sun, moon, sun, and Venus if this does not resonate with you. Don't try to make the messages fit if they don't. All right, we have North Node, Gemini, 10th house. Okay, so let's pull the other Astro card and then we'll interpret from there. Okay. So this is going to be for your partner, okay? This is going to be advice for them as well as this card. Capricorn. How funny is that? We got you for your partner. To Capricorn. Capricorn is all about recognizing that work needs to be put into this relationship, right? It's a Saturnian energy. You guys are Saturnian energy. You guys are all about work. They need to put the work in. Very, very important. Very interesting that we get the 10th house of work. 10th house of, I mean, this is your house, right? This 10th house is Capricorn. So this tells me that they're being asked to really trust in their own self-sufficiency and recognize that that they have more skills than they recognize and they're giving themselves credit for, and they really need to tap into their ability to be the CEO of their own life, and they really need to focus on establishing some guidelines and best practices to create a better and updated version of themselves, having to do with how they provide not only for themselves but within the connection. So that's what I am getting here, but we're getting that with the North Node energy. North Node happens to be in Gemini right now, right? So North Node in Gemini is all about learning, taking that workshop, taking that certification, you know, communicating, doing, you know, maybe going online, starting to do work online, because Gemini is ruled by Mercury. Mercury does rule the communication that we have online. It doesn't rule technology. That's Uranus, but Gemini is Mercury rather is about that communication that we have online. So it could be about them learning something, but this is advice because I'm getting right away, I'm getting the fact that I'm getting a money vibe as being a thing in this connection. And they need to really work on their communication with you regarding this. We have Gemini here. Gemini is all about communication, and it also happens to be where that North Node is. But when we throw the Gemini die, it's really for them, it's time to put their thinking cap on and really focus on learning something new that really excites them. Now for others, this is going to be indicative that they actually need to reach out to you. So some of you may be in a space of no contact with your partner, and they're going to be very pushed to actually reach out. But there is this focus that needs to be had on communication within this connection, and also a focus on that 10th house for them. So, and when I say self-sufficiency, it's like, yeah, I mean, them recognizing that they need to contribute. There needs to be equitable distribution in the relationship. It could be that. It could also be, I am getting that though. I'm getting very much, and even if they make money, it's like, I feel like for a lot of you, there is a very specific issue of how equitable things are within the relationship. So it could have to do with money, or it could have to do with how you guys do the connection. It could have to do with actual, you know, connection with each other, mental, physical, emotion. Okay. Okay. Some coins. Yeah, look at all this pentacle energy here. Holy cow. Yeah. King of coins. Okay, they see you as the king of coins. Their fear is the 7 of coins. The outcome is 9 of coins. There's a lot of pentacle energy here. Yeah. All right. So coming into this time, we have the 6 of coins. So, you know, they view this is how they view you in the relationship. So they view this relationship as being very supportive of them. Okay. Very supportive. That you have their back, Capricorn. You have their back. You are very supportive of them in a way, any way that they've needed. If they needed money, you were there to help them out. If if they needed support, you were there. You were there for them. You were there for them. And right now, the way they're viewing the current situation. So the Queen of Wands is beautiful because this indicates this. I don't want to say that. It's like the shaking up of energy of passion to move forward, to really feeling very sort of sights set on moving forward. It's Pisces and Aries energy. So Aries is being ruled by Mars is about in a very assertive way, wanting to figure out a new path and a fresh perspective on this relationship. Having Pisces in there, it's not Pisces in Aries, it's Pisces and Aries. So Pisces is all about that 12th house energy of dreams, of really focusing on this passion, this dream, and how you guys can actually, move it forward. So this is where they're at as far as that. And that's being crossed, though, by the Eight of Coins. Now, the Eight of Coins is an interesting energy because it's a Sun and Virgo energy, so it's this, definite sort of planning and moving forward, having to do with the resources. This could even have to do with just connection, emotional, mental, physical connection. But it's feeling like, they're putting in a lot of work, but they haven't really arrived yet in this relationship, right? We're going to keep it within the confines of the relationship. So it's like they have this strong fire in their belly to move forward with you in something, but they feel like something is getting in the way. Something is being held back from them. In that, not where it's sort of a restriction, but just that it's not able to happen yet in the way that they would like. That's really it. But I get that they feel very, very positive. Because again, Eight of Coins is about this connection, right? Mental, physical, emotional connection. And it's about, and I want you to think about it. Think about like when we're saving for a house, or when we're saving for a business to open, or when we're saving for something, right? That we have our sights set on. And we're actively working towards that. And we're trying to balance out how things are in the moment so that we could benefit from it later on. So I hope that makes sense. So I feel like they feel like they see this sort of as you guys being in a bit of a holding pattern right now. Now we have the Four of Wands energy, which is beautiful. One of my favorite minor arcana cards as the crowning energy for them. We call this the honeymoon card, guys. I mean, this is really about setting down roots with somebody. And this is where their mind is at. So it's a very deep foundation card, which is great. Feeling a lot of fire in their belly to move something forward with you, right? It's Venus and Aries energy. Again, a lot of Aries energy here I'm getting. That's a fresh path, a new perspective. But where there's there needs to be some solid assertive actions going on here in order to make it happen. But then we have the foundation, the Four of Cups energy. Now I want to just say something, Capricorn, and please don't come after me, cross watchers, okay? I am vibing as a very holistic vibe that I have to share with you that I'm getting. I'm getting that the person that you're dealing with is a little emotionally immature. I mean, the Four of Cups energy is that, but I'm going to explain just why, like at a quick glance, I'm seeing something here. Four of Cups is a kind of, I always call it, those of you watching me know, I call it the checklist card. It's identifying things in the relationship that they are not happy with, right? Like, I don't like the Capricorn does A, B, and C, and if they keep doing A, B, and C, I don't think I could be in this anymore. But the truth of the matter is, whatever they're identifying as not being okay with in the relationship, and what they're feeling restless about, some of them may even be feeling bored, dare I say, right? But it's because of these unhealed issues within them that could either be from past relationships or from an earlier time in their life. It could even be from situations that happen within their, their first family where they're, let's just say for arguments, just for example, let's say their parents fought a lot but their parents never really had resolution. And so that is their understanding of what fights look like. So they're very adverse to fighting. So they don't want to deal with anything like that. Or let's say that they grew up, kind of in a space of lack where they didn't have money. And so, if they need to feel like they have money all the time kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? So where those things end up rearing their heads as issues in relationships where they very quickly identify anything that you might be doing as like a big deal breaker, where in reality, it's just this old scar that hasn't been healed yet, poking at them, you know, where they're in this space of thinking, can I just have really what I want in a relationship? But the bottom line is they're not being totally honest with themselves about how they're showing up in this relationship. They're just not 100% showing up. And the truth of the matter is they might not be as ready for love as they think they are. And they won't like that I'm saying that, but because they, on a very conscious level, they'll feel super ready. But until these scars are healed, it's going to be very challenging for them to show up in a full, healthy, the fullest and healthiest version of themselves because of these unhealed issues. Because there's projection that ends up happening in this energy as well. Now, for those of you who are in a very long-lasting relationship and none of that applies, this could simply be your partner feeling really bored in the connection. And it really just be, and look, it could be because of the pandemic, because we all can't do what we normally do in life. This is a call for them to do something to infuse some romance and passion, or somebody has to do it, into the relationship. You know, have a carpet picnic, you know, just get in the car and drive. We can do that, you know, no matter what phase you're in regarding where you live. All right. But that would resonate as far as like a very long-standing relationship where there is no issues to the prior of what I just said. Now, where are they at in the relationship? They're in a space of temperance. I like this energy because they're very willing, ready, and able to compromise on something. So that's good, right? I mean, this is a Sagittarius energy. So it's getting in touch with what they need, right? And what they believe. What they believe is the right thing in this relationship. But them also hearing you out. They're willing to hear you out and recognize what the relationship needs as well. Now, they view you as somebody who's very steadfast and loyal, who's very supportive. King of Coins. So very like, you know, stable. They view you as very stable, a good provider, you know, very supportive in that way. This is how they're viewing you. Now, I'm getting a very, I have to tell you this, I'm getting almost a cold vibe here. Though, like the way they see you is almost it's almost like what's the word I'm looking for, like for like utility, almost like, in a way. Yeah, and this is what I was referencing before too, just because we have the Four of Cups, and their fear is the Seven of Coins energy. And the Seven of Coins energy is just fearing not being able to have extra money left over to do what the fun things that they want to do, you know, the extravagances that they normally like to do. They're afraid of that. They're afraid of not having money to do that. Like, as it, you know, it's like they're afraid of having to watch their finances for fear that they're going to be in a space of not being able to do what they really want to do. And they're not, because of that, they're not feeling as connected to the situation. Then we have this Princess of Cups. So the Princess of Cups, okay. I mean, there is the sharing of cup energy, right? So this is you know, it's Aquarius and Pisces. So really wanting to do something different. How you guys have been handling things. Temperance and the Princess of Cups, it's, you know, perhaps a suggestion on how to handle things differently. I feel like that finances are a thing here for your partner. Not to say that that's all they care about, but they're very focused on that right now, because then we have in the near future, we have the Nine of Coins energy. And this indicates some sort of whatever issue there has been mitigated. It's been addressed through the temperance and through the offering of emotions here. And a strategy to do something different, because that's very much what the Princess of Cups is. It's Pisces energy, and like, you know, what needs to be done in order to, you could share your emotions, yeah, but what needs to be done in order to feel that love, in order to get to that space? Well, something different, right? Because Aquarius is in there. Aquarius is about doing something out of the box, something different than what you guys have been doing. So I do feel like there's this new sharing of emotions that's going to be going on, which is quite nice. And then we end up in the near future with the Nine of Coins energy, which is benefic for a relationship, in that it does seem like finance and connection is happening in a way where the pressure is taken off a little bit, right? The pressure is taken off where you guys are going to feel more comfortable to just be at peace and at ease with each other and within the relationship. So maybe your relationship has been taking a little bit of a hit because of money stresses, you know? I mean, that's kind of like a thing right now, kind of worldwide, for sure, right? So, but I like this outcome because it indicates like, okay, you don't have to worry anymore. This is about you being able to get that thing you've wanted to get. It just in order to, and not that money is the only thing in life. I'm not saying that, but if it was an issue in your relationship, and you're going to know if this was resonating with you or not, the connection is going to be a lot easier because there are other feelings there now that you guys can just focus on and tap into, where you don't have to worry so much about the finances. Does that make sense? So you don't have to hyper focus on any lack and just focus on what is there and building that, you know? And that's where they're at. That's how they see this connection, right? This is how they see it going. So they see it working out. If you guys are in a space of none, I just see them seeing it as something that's going to work out, which is really nice. Okay. Cards for you now, Capricorn friends. Capricorn, an astral card. What energy does Capricorn need to tap into? Venus. Soft. Soft. Love. Feeling good. Okay. Feeling good. It's about focusing on the Venusian energies, right, Capricorn? I mean, Venus rules Taurus, which is a fellow earth sign to you, fellow pentacle energy, as well as Libra, which is all about relationship and fairness, right? So fairness within the relationship. Equitable distribution. I'm getting that vibe very strong for this connection. Everybody's showing up the way they're supposed to show up. Fourth house of home. It's Cancer energy having to do with the moon, right? We have the South Node, just to do belief system, and we have you. Okay, so we have you. You got you. So Capricorn, what does it mean when we roll you? It's time to get to work regardless of what your challenges are right now. Don't skip any steps. Don't take any shortcuts having to do with this relationship. What needs to be done? This is really a time to be very proactive in the relationship. Now, because we got the South Node, and the South Node right now is in Sagittarius, you need to look at your belief system surrounding this relationship and really get in touch with where you might be stuck and what thinking, what mindset you need to release and let go of to benefit the relationship. Now, this could be for some of you releasing the relationship. You know, it's going to be different for all of you. But then we have the fourth house of home, right? Again, Capricorn energy. It's time to nestle in and really, right now, Capricorn, lick your wounds and spend some time retreating in your own private world and really identify and get in touch with what makes you feel safe, loved, and cozy, and really ask your inner child what he or she needs and do what you can do to provide it for yourself right now. So I'm getting like that, you know, Taurus is very, you know, that cozy, earthy Venusian energy as well, you know, and Taurus and Cancer together. It's like, yeah, taking care of yourself. Taking care of yourself, Capricorn. I feel like, what am I feeling? Feeling like you're hurt. There's hurt here. There's hurt. I feel like some of you feel like you've been used. Some of you feel like, yeah. But there's this need to sort of decipher between what's what's based in fear and what's based in reality, and being very honest with yourself about this connection, because there is this needing to lick the wounds element here for sure. Yeah. Okay, let's see what comes up. Six of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, Strength. Okay, I like that. Page of Cups in the past. Okay, we have Temperance as the outcome, and then we have the Fool. Okay, good. I like this. I mean, this is positive to me. Page of Cups coming into this energy. It's a new cycle, right? Page is the young under the court, so it has to do with the new cycle, having to do with emotion. So, I mean, this could indicate that, specifically your person, because it's a court card, or it could just be the general energetic influence of there being you experiencing a new cycle within your relationship, having to do with emotions. You know, and this is again in the recent past where you guys were presented with a new set of circumstances within your relationship. Now, the situation right now, and when you think of this connection that you have, we have the Six of Pentacles, which is good. I mean, they got that as well coming into this energy, as you know, what do you need? I got your back, kind of thing, right? That kind of thing, where there's support there. You guys, have adequate support, and that's being crossed by the King of Swords. So the King of Swords is somebody. It's a Taurus and Gemini energy. It's a very earthy energy, even though it's Gemini. Gemini's air. It has to do with communication, but it's communicating about very practical things in a very practical way, right? So this is how you see things. You see things as being, needing to be addressed in a very pragmatic way. The Taurus energy is, besides it being a pentacle energy, so we have to talk very practically about finances. We have to talk very practically about the Venusian energy that rules Taurus, right? And doing this through communication. Right? And how you really sitting down and discussing how you guys support each other, who brings what to the table, and all of that. We have the King of Pentacles as the crowning energy, so Aries and Taurus, and really trying to figure out a new path here. I like this actually, right? Because Aries is the Emperor energy, and we have it there with Taurus, so it's like being large and in charge. Yeah. Again, it has to do with money though, but because it's an Aries energy, and Aries is ruled by Mars, and it's about this, it's kind of like this, the crowning energy. Capricorn, I feel like in your mind you understand that there needs to be some sort of assertive action having to do with creating a new path for yourself within this relationship, if it's going to work. And there needs to be, there has to be a focus on, if it's not money, then it's got to be on like communication and how you guys connect, right? Because Pentacle energy is not only money, it's mental, physical, and emotional connection. So there has to be focus on that. So we have the foundation is the Strength card. Now, let's talk about this for a second, because this is Leo energy. Now, this can mean a couple of things for relationships. One, someone needs their ego stroked, and that's not a bad thing. I'm not talking about somebody who's egotistical. This is really more about somebody feeling kind of vulnerable, maybe feeling a little unappreciated, insecure even, but somebody needing to have their ego stroked. This could also mean, how do I say this? Not paying attention to what needs to be discussed in the way that you should be paying attention to it, because it's like there's a lot of passion here. There's a lot of passion. And it's like, I don't want to talk about that thing, that 5,000-pound elephant in the room, so let's go have sex instead, kind of thing. That's what this is. So it could resonate with you guys in one way or the other. Either way, it's not necessarily bad, but you want to make sure that, if somebody needs their ego stroked, just do it, because it's not even a bad thing. Do you know what I mean? Somebody needs to be built up a little bit here. So this could be you, this could be them, right? But the energy is here in your spread. But okay, whatever. I mean, but that I don't view that as a thing. That just is you showing up as a good partner, or them showing up as a good partner, or you want to make sure that you're not just sort of escaping away from these larger issues that need to be addressed into some sort of escapism. But because it's a strength card and it's Leo and it's so fiery and there's such like sexual innuendos having to do with this energy, it does often show up as, oh, let's talk about that later. Let's jump in bed first. You know what I mean? So something to just be mindful of there. So you right now, this is you and only you. This is the Knight of Pentacles, right? So, you're the king of coins. You're the king of coins to them, and right now you're viewing yourself as the Knight of Pentacles. So I get a very sort of, because this is Leo and Virgo, right? So you're feeling very in your ego about money right now, right? And not necessarily a bad thing, but you might be very, very cautious about your finances right now, or you may be really holding out on really totally opening up to that person and that connection. Yeah, it could be this as well, because Leo, again, we get 2 Leo energies here, which, Leo's a beautiful energy when they're balanced, yeah. But in the imbalance, and I'm not saying that this is imbalanced, but even in the balanced energy, there is an element of ego stronger than any other archetype. So I do feel like that having to do with money. Now, when you think about your partner, we have the King of Wand energy. This is a Cancer and Leo energy. So I feel like you're viewing somebody who is very, you're very attracted to them. There's a lot of passion here. There's a lot of want. That's the external energy to you, is just this very sort of very fiery energy. But what's nice about it too is it's Cancer in there too, right? Cancer's that 4th house. So it's almost like this person, when you think of them, they're like your metaphorical home space, right? But your fear here is the Knight of Cups. This is your fear. Aquarius and Pisces. So I feel like you're afraid of taking on something. You're afraid of something different, doing something different in the relationship. You're afraid of doing something different. You need to do something different, but you're afraid of it. You're afraid of it. And we have Temperance as the final outcome. This is all about really compromising what's necessary here, right? So the outcome here is where your partner is at right now. So I like this because I feel like you guys are going to be able to work out whatever weird stuff you might be going through. And when I say weird, I just mean like you guys might not be seeing eye to eye on stuff, and it's you end up in these silly cyclical arguments, and maybe they're not so little, maybe they're actually quite big. But what I like here is in the near future we have the Fool. So the Fool is about going on a new path, taking a calculated risk. This is a Uranus energy. This is the future. This is doing something different than you've been doing. So I'm going to say, Capricorn, this is either going to be you venturing on a whole new path after you lick your wounds in that 4th house energy, where you and your partner realize that in the trying to temper the situation, that you guys are not going to be able to get what you need, and you going off on your own here in a very beautiful new uncharted territory. For others of you, this is going to have you're going to have a new meeting of the minds here in this Temperance energy, where you're realizing that you absolutely need to have a new strategy. So this could even be, starting a new business, moving in together, moving someplace where there's this newness, where there's a new element in the path. So this could be moving, this could be starting a new business, this could be going to counseling for the first time, right? If that's something that you guys have never done, there's this new element though, if you guys are sticking this out. And I do feel like you are. I'm being more called to say that. I really am. But I do feel like there is this issue with money that needs to be navigated. Definitely needs to be navigated here. Because, Venus it's love, but it's also money. And it's also about self-esteem. So Venus is kind of, to me, so much of what you guys are about. Because you guys are the workers, right, of the zodiac. You're very, you're very, you know, career driven, success driven. You know, you're willing to put the work in and all of that. You know, Capricorns are typically among the more successful signs in the zodiac. Keeping it real though, guys, it depends on what else you have in your chart, for goodness sake. If you're only a Capricorn sun, that's one house in your house of self. It depends on the aspects, you know, what's aspecting in your chart. So you know, I've said that a couple of times, and a lot of Capricorns are like, I'm broke. What are you talking about? It depends what else you have in your chart. But generally speaking, I do feel like that's a thing in this relationship where, you know, there's got to be this tempering of relationship having to do with money, and how does everybody feel about what they're bringing to the table. And all of that sort of needs to be communicated. So, yeah. All right, let's see what the oracles say, and then we'll wrap this up. Okay, we'll start with the heart oracles, and then we'll pull some angel messages and a few tarot in the upright, right? Because although your whole spread came out upright, which is cool and not normal for me. Those of you guys who have been watching me know that. Wait, don't rush into it. Imagine all unwanted thoughts dissolving into light, creating room for new opportunities and possibilities in your life. Wait, don't rush into it. Allow nature to take its course. Passion, a magnetic and seductive quality around you at present. Enjoy it. Okay. All right. I can't wait to see what these say. Hold on. Unrequited love. Very soon. Passion with passion. Stop it. Come on now. Look, I'm not kidding. Look. You see that? Passion with passion. Unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now, very soon. Passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. What? So very often the oracles come out for like totally different, because it's a different spread. For a totally different group of people. So you're going to know. You're going to know. If it doesn't resonate, it's okay. Ooh, we have 10 of Pentacles. More Pentacle energy. Deepening of commitment. What the heck is going on here? All right, everybody's popping. I might have gotten some. Did I get an extra? We got a bonus. We got a bonus. We got the moon. Okay. All right, I'm going to tell you what I'm getting here. I'm getting, and this is going to resonate with whoever resonates with, but I have to say what I'm getting. You know, when you're in a relationship and you're not being treated in a way that you feel is very respectful, and that starts to change the lens through which you see your partner, and your partner could be the hottest person on the planet, and suddenly they become less attractive to you because your soul is just like not feeling okay being in that connection. And that makes sense to me because you guys got the Venus energy, and Venus really is so focused on how do I feel being in this kind of thing, you know? So I feel like that's where the unrequited love comes in, right? But you have to clearly decide what you want. There has to be a decision made. I almost feel like a lover's energy here where a decision has to be made, right? But I feel like you guys are going to be tapping into the passion that you do have. I feel this sense of rediscovering yourselves, guys, because then we have the Ace of Cups, and I do feel like there's this newness. We get the Fool energy, we get the Ace of Cups. So yeah, some of you are going to be meeting somebody new, but others of you are going to be really fixing things and mitigating things in the relationship that you're able to fix. We have the Magician energy, which indicate, excuse me, this is Mercury energy, right? It's Mercury, so that does indicate communication and being able to take fragments of the relationship and sort of bring it back together so that there's a deepening of commitment and a deepening of connection, right? But then we have the Moon energy, and I feel like, you know, the Moon is I feel, first of all, and this is that 4th house energy that you got, right? Because the Moon rules Cancer. I feel like there's something, though, that is still going to be troubling you. Ego. Strength card. Something is going to be not okay, not hitting you right with your ego. Queen of Pentacles. Yeah. I do feel like it's something, I do feel like there's still going to be an ongoing issue having to do with something with finances between the two of you, where you're not going to be feeling completely like it's all fair. Justice. Yeah, but I don't feel like you're going to be really talking about it immediately. The moon. But that's what I have. But the thing is here, guys, the advice is to wait. Don't rush anything. Kind of like give it over. Give it over. Focus on the positive elements and don't make any big rash decisions regarding this relationship right now. And whatever areas that you're experiencing pain and hurt in, sort of go inside yourself, lick your wounds, take care of yourself. Don't make any huge decisions just now. Anyway, you shouldn't make any right now. Anyway, nobody should be, because we're in retrograde season. So, if you try to make any sort of big decision right now, it may end up faltering, in a couple of weeks even, just because of where we're at in the sky. Guys, that is what I have for you. I hope this was helpful in some way. Thank you so much. See you next time. Bye-bye.